Hi, welcome to the second video of lecture number 7. In this video, I'm gonna explain a demo for the process simulation inside Apromore. This is the model that we explained already in the lecture. We have the credit history, the check credit history, the check income sources, and the other activities over here. The first thing that we need to set is the execution time for every activity. So I have the credit history check here. I have to assign it to a specific resource. I have to give it a duration distribution and the mean of that normal distribution and the standard deviation. So here I assign for this check credit history, as I explained in the slides, I assigned it to a normal distribution and to a mean of 10 and the standard deviation of 2. And the time unit here is the minutes. There is the resource that you need to set for your activity, and you can just come here by clicking on the white dashboard, and then from the simulation you can bring the resources and you can create your own resources over here. Here I have the clerk, and the clerk is out of 4 resources, and it costs like 25 euros per hour. The same with the credit officer. So I have 4 credit officers and they cost me 50 euros per hour. So this is the resources that you have, and also you can have the system which works 24 hours and there is only one system. So these are the resources. I'm gonna continue with the activities. So this activity is assigned to a resource, or the clerk resource, and it's of a normal distribution with an average 2. The same with the check income sources, but its average is 20. The assessment of the application is being executed with a credit officer, and the distribution is exponential with a mean of 20, and the time unit is minutes. And after that, there is a make credit offer, which is a normal distribution with an average 10 and the standard deviation of 2. The notify rejection is takes 10 minutes with a standard deviation of 2 and normal distribution, and is gonna be executed by the credit officer. For the receive customer feedback, it's being executed by a resource called system, and it's a fixed distribution of time, and the value is 0, so it doesn't take time. Then we need to set the probabilities over the gates. So I have this branching point here. So this branching point, the next activity is make credit offer. This edge here, the granted edge, is 20%, is 80%, and the notify rejection activity, it occurs with 20%. And the second branching point is the branching point that sets the decision for reviewing the this rejection. So the probability of getting reviewed is 20%, and the probability of just sending the case is 80%. So now we have all the parameters for the execution time, the branching, probabilities, and the resources. We need also to set the arrival time, the arrival rate, or the inter-arrival time. It's from the general here. The inter-arrival time is gonna be represented with exponential distribution. We can set the mean to be 10, which means there are 10 minutes between every 2 consecutive cases. So per hour I have 6 cases, and the total number of cases is 2000. Make sure that the total number of cases fits the simulation duration that you need to simulate. If you need to simulate, you need to calculate how many cases will arrive you with this duration for the calendar that you have. You need to calculate that by yourself. So this is the first scenario that we have. So we have the arrival rate with an average of 10. Let's run that. Let's run the simulation. I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna run the simulator. I will call it simulation with 10 minutes inter-arrival time. So here it's the generated event log. So this is the event, how will the event log look like in this simulation scenario. So we can also launch the dashboard. We can see the resource utilization for this simulation scenario that we have. We can see the waiting time that you have, case waiting time. You can see the cost for every case, and you can see the case waiting time average and maximum distribution as any normal dashboard. Also, you can check the other dashboard components as we've explained earlier in the other lectures. So that was the first scenario that we needed to simulate. The second scenario, I'm gonna increase the arrival rate. So I'm gonna make the number of cases that arrives per hour to be 12, which means I will have only 5 minutes as an inter-arrival time between every 2 cases. I'm gonna save that. And I'm gonna run the simulator again. So this simulation is for 5. And again, I have the event log here. So let's compare between the output of the first scenario and the output of the second scenario. I'm gonna launch a dashboard. If you can see here, the resource utilization for the simulation, the second simulation scenario, which is 12 cases per hour, it's not stable because the utilization for the clerk is 96% and the utilization for the credit officer is 100%, which means this process is not stable. Also, you can compare other components of the dashboard between the two simulation scenarios. You can do the same with the resource, you can do the same with activities, you can do the same overview as we've explained earlier in the previous lectures. So that was the simulation of different scenarios. In organizations, they have different scenarios and they need to try more than one scenario in order to compare and make a decision based on that. In the next video, I'm gonna explain what is a data-driven simulation and what are the problems of the simulation. See you in the next video.